The lock on the front gate still squealed. 5 years hadn't changed that. I stood there with the same duffel I'd carried into prison, the strap frayed, the zipper stubborn. My knuckles brushed against it, feeling the edge of the file I'd brought back with me. Paper doesn't weigh much. Truth weighs more. The door opened. My brother filled the frame. His eyes had the same sharpness, the same lazy contempt he wore at Dad's funeral. "You're not welcome here," he said. Behind him, she appeared, the woman I'd once planned to marry, my fiancée, until the trial. Her hair was shorter now, her smile was gone. "Where's my daughter?" My voice scraped out like something unused. He shrugged. "She died. Chemo was expensive. She asked for you at the end." The hallway behind them smelled of warm bread and detergent. A home still alive, while mine had been rotting in a concrete cell. They didn't know. The first thing I learned in prison was to never forgive. I didn't move. The words hung there, sour and deliberate. Dead. Chemo. Asked for me at the end. Every syllable was bait. But I had learned to starve in prison. She didn't meet my eyes. Her fingers curled into his sleeve like a reflex. I remembered those same hands against my chest once, trembling with something that wasn't fear. "She was just a kid," I said. "She's gone," he replied, like it was an inconvenience to be explained away. The image of my daughter in a hospital bed tried to burn through my mind, but another image, smaller, sharper, cut through. Her birth certificate, my mother's old locket, the date she last visited me, 3 years ago, and the way my brother had been the one to deliver her goodbye letter. I hadn't read it for months in prison. When I finally did, I noticed the handwriting didn't match hers. Something was off. Something too clean in the way they stood there now. Her ring finger still bore the diamond I'd paid for. My brother's hand rested over hers like a lock. I nodded. "I understand." But I didn't. Not yet. I stayed in town, rented a room above a pawn shop, worked nights cleaning an auto garage. Days were for the quiet work. Old contacts from before prison still owed me favors. Hospital records were easy enough. No chemo bills, no admission under her name, no death certificate. She was alive. Somewhere. I didn't look for her directly. Too obvious. Instead, I followed my brother. Watched the way he left the house late on Tuesdays, always alone. Watched her drive to a different side of town on Thursdays, carrying bags she never brought back. Phone records came next. Her number had recurring calls to a prepaid cell registered under my brother's name. Short calls. Frequent. The truth wasn't just about my daughter anymore. It was about the years they'd stolen from me, the life they'd sewn together from the threads of mine. I bought coffee for a nurse at the pediatric ward. A smile, a little cash, and she confirmed it. My daughter had been discharged 5 years ago, perfectly healthy. So where was she? 3 more days and I had it. A grainy photo from a friend who worked deliveries. My daughter, older now, hair longer, laughing with strangers in a park 2 towns over. She was alive, and my brother had lied. I waited until Sunday morning. Families in that street were still in their kitchens, the smell of eggs and toast leaking out into the air. He opened the door in a robe. She stood behind him, robe matching his, eyes wary. I held out the photo. He froze. "Where?" I asked. His mouth worked before sound came out. "You don't." "I do." She stepped forward, reaching for the photo. I pulled it back. "This was last week," I said. "She's alive. You told me she died asking for me." Her lips parted. His hand shot out, stopping her from speaking. I watched him. The mask slipped just enough to show panic underneath. They knew the game was over. "I want to see her," I said. "No," he replied. "Too quick, too certain." I smiled. Prison had taught me patience, but it had also taught me that some locks aren't meant to be picked. They're meant to be broken in the right hands. "I've already filed with the court," I said. proof of concealment, custody interference, perjury. I let each word land like a slow hammer. His face drained. "She's my daughter," I said, "not yours." Her eyes darted between us. "It wasn't my idea." "Doesn't matter," I cut in. "The papers will name you both." I tucked the photo back into my coat. "The judge will love this. A child hidden from her father while he rotted in prison for a crime he didn't commit." I stepped past them into the house. The smell of bread was still warm. I didn't look at the family photos on the wall. I opened the back door and left without another word. 2 weeks later, I saw her again. She was smaller than I remembered. Or maybe I'd just gotten used to the size of the cell I'd lived in. She didn't see me. I stayed across the street. She laughed at something her friend said. The sound cut through me and kept going, leaving nothing behind. I didn't wave, didn't call out. Some debts get paid in court. Some get paid in silence. They'd lose her, piece by piece, every time she asked questions they couldn't answer. That would be enough. Prison taught me patience. It also taught me that some revenge is sweeter when you don't take it all at once. And I was never in a hurry again.